Pedro, when we started, we did not have a compensation plan. We did not have training. We did not have trainers. I mean, we didn't even know how we were going to get paid. But literally, it was the wisdom of the Holy Spirit. I believe divine wisdom. I used to put on soaking music and literally just sit and I'm like, Lord, I have no clue what I'm doing here. Give me wisdom. And He would pour out trainings. I mean, things that I am not even qualified to know, qualified to teach. I've never had experience in network marketing. I didn't have any mentors. I mean, really being mentored by the Holy Spirit Himself. I mean, how powerful is that?
And guys, there's times where you're kind of pioneering something and there's no blueprint, you know? I mean, when HunterX launched, there wasn't really a blueprint. Sometimes you're pioneering a brand new thing and the Lord's like, hey, just let me talk to you about this for a second. So we have to really understand there's going to be times for both where God's pulling us in to really give us some things like first-hand direct, and He's also going to use people. Do they have what you want? 2, do they really have? Are you sure they have what you want? Verify. And 3rd, do you know how they got it? Because I think there's many people who are picking mentors who have what they want, but if you actually knew how they got it, you would not be wanting to follow them.
That's right.
Because maybe you're not willing to do what they had to do to get it. And you should know that first. Right? This is why there's a lot of challenges that Christians face when seeking mentors in the world.
Are we praying for our leadership? But then ultimately, God, give them a submitted heart, a surrendered heart toward you. Now, sometimes I've had, long seasons where I've prayed those prayers and I've questioned because the decisions that are being made, you're like, what in the world? And sometimes too, I've prayed like, Lord, just move them on to something else. Bring the right leaders in, God. People who have wisdom to do this business, people who have a heart for the people that they serve. And the Lord has also brought in the right leadership too, but it's like ultimately not only praying that we ourselves has the wisdom, but seeing, okay, so if a king's heart is like a stream in the wind and the Lord can change it whatever direction they please, have you prayed for that change of heart? Because people always say to me, yeah, if I had what you had, I would do what you do, right? But what they don't see is those acts of obedience and also those offerings throughout the course of our business.
If you want to be blessed to be a blessing, if you want to have overflow, you can't judge people that have it.
Yeah.
You can't judge people that have it, because how are you going to catch the grace on their life if you're judging them? Because if you judge their heart, then actually you no longer can receive whatever heaven is pouring through them. You can no longer receive. But if you keep your heart open to them, then whatever of God is pouring through them, because your heart is open to them, you can receive that flow.